going on, YouTube? There's something that I've recently learned. Well, I'll say recently. I actually heard the message. I've heard the message, over and over. I'll say probably within the last 2 years. Um, okay, so I'm one of those people that I like to investigate a problem or issue that I might see, either in my surroundings or maybe around the world. I'm one of those people that just like I like to really dig deep into issues and try to figure out why they are the way they are. Usually I'm the type of person that when I research something, I try to look at all the angles, all the different perspectives that can be had. So I look at the pro and the cons. Who's saying what they believe to be true and who's arguing against it. And as I always say, there's two sides to every argument, and the truth's usually somewhere in the middle. And I won't lie, there is some truth to that. Sometimes that one side is right, but the other side that's arguing against them would, even if they're not correct, they'll still have some truth in the arguments that they're making. They'll still be factually based. It's just usually one side might be closer to the truth than the other, and usually when you investigate both perspectives, you'll come to a much more holistic view of what's being discussed, and you basically figure out a lot of times what the issue is. Anyways, along with this, what I've come to realize is you can't just give out information to people. People have to be ready to receive the information. And when I say ready to receive the information, um, it's not just like them being in a good emotional state to receive it. They have to be in the right mindset to receive it, which means they might be in a position in their life, either experientially, consciously, where they're not able to actually even grasp or understand it. Now, some people might have those factors checked off and still won't be able to accept the information because it goes against one of their core beliefs. And I can go into that later on, but whenever somebody attacks a core belief of yours, whether whether you realize it or not, it will cause a visceral reaction because our core beliefs is how we view reality. As human beings, as we go through our life and we have certain experiences, we develop belief systems. Now, majority of our belief systems are given to us by our parents and the people that are around us in our early developmental part of our life. But we also take on some of our own that we create based on our knowledge, our limited knowledge of events. A lot of times those belief systems that we create also are aligned with the belief systems that were given to us. But anyways, the point I'm making is if the information you try to give to somebody attacks a person's core belief, they're not going to be able to receive it. And not only would they not be able to receive it, they're going to attack you because they're going to feel like they're being attacked. So they must attack you. One of the ways they will do it is they will be very dismissive. They will try to interrupt you or talk over you. They might even insult you. They might even threaten you. Heck, they might even attack you in very extreme cases. And it's not anything against you. It's against what you're making them feel. Because when you attack somebody's core belief system, you attack two things. You attack how they view reality, which is jaw-breaking, or jaw-dropping, as some people might say, jarring. And you attack their identity, how they view themselves. So how they view reality and how they view themselves. And let's just say it's the most destabilizing thing you can do to a person is to make them doubt their reality and to doubt themselves. Because for them to adopt what you're saying is true is for them to believe they've been living a lie. That's why you have to be careful when you attack people's core belief. So I know there's a lot of people in on YouTube who want to red pill people. Be careful. That's all I can say about that is be careful. With the red pill comes a lot of rage, as you know about that, the red pill rage. It's because the red pill reveals that people have been lied to. They've been misrepresented. They've been bamboozled. And they've been lied to and bamboozled about something that's been very, very important, which is what they get at the end of the tunnel. Many men are taught that if they act a certain way and do a certain thing, that they'll get a certain result. So that's what they do. They strive to do it. It's not easy to become the type of man that society tells you to become. It takes a lot of work and ethic and repetition. And when you do those things, you don't get what you thought you were going to get at the end of the tunnel. It pisses you off because you're like, well, if there was a better way to do it, a different way to do it, why don't you just tell me? Why did you mislead me into doing something different, right? And it's actually true about women too. Women have been lied to about certain things, and so when they get at the end of the tunnel themselves, and they realize they're not having what they were told they could have, they get pissed off. So you're messing up the men and the women, and you're destroying the family structure. But I'm just mostly talking right now about the red pill, not about the effects of the red pill. Just understand that you have to be careful about who you try to red pill or enlighten. It's usually better for the people to find that path themselves. Um, I had a friend who, while I was finding the red pill about 2.5 years ago, going on 3, and when I was finding this stuff out, I shared it with him. He accepted it. And I didn't realize how rare that was. He accepted it, but he only accepted it because he trusted me and he knew what type of person I was. So because I had such a strong rapport with him, he was able to accept what I was saying. And he could see I was struggling with it in a similar fashion that he struggled with it. So he knew I wasn't just throwing stuff at him and just being gullible. He knew I was searching for the truth. So he came on that journey with me, and we've been through that journey together. And we've learned a lot about, a lot about just how reality works. And I've even come across some stuff now that will really blow your mind about how reality works. It's stuff that I really, really wouldn't share with people because I don't truly understand it. Scientists don't really understand it either. They have competing theories on the nature of reality. But what I have come to realize is we have a lot more power than we think when it comes to reality. And what we think is reality isn't reality. Like, your perception is reality. Really is true. I used to say that your perception isn't reality, but for you it's reality. No, your perception is pretty much reality. Once you come to understand certain things that scientists have discovered when it comes to the nature of the molecular aspect of reality and how things change when there's an observer. I forget the terminology they use, but I would say look into the many worlds theory and why people have come up with that theory. What is the cause of it? And what you'll find is the rabbit hole goes very, very deep. Basically, what you believe to be true and what you most focus on emotionally becomes true for you in your life. And I'm starting to see the power of that we all create self-fulfilling prophecies. So if you believe you're going to get cheated on, you're going to get cheated on. If you believe you're going to be poor, you're going to be poor. And the list goes on. Now, I'm not saying you can't have those beliefs, right? Because we all have doubts, and doubts are fleeting thoughts that come and go if you allow them to come and go. They only gain power when you focus on them and add emotional intensity to it. That's when they start to become powerful, start to become active. So basically what I've learned is I'm learning that there's a metaphysical aspect to reality that a lot of us aren't aware of, and science is just not catching up. A lot of the stuff that science is just not catching up to finding, Eastern cultures talked about long before we were alive. And now science is starting to showcase evidence that a lot of stuff that they were saying in the Eastern philosophy was true. For example, everybody you meet is a mirror. They reflect back to you what you reflect onto them. We have neurons in our body called mirror neurons. Naturally, we mirror people. The only time we don't mirror people is when we have what's called a break in rapport. Rapport is a natural coming together of two people mirroring each other, and we do it unconsciously without realizing it. So everybody is a mirror. So if you approach a woman and believe that she's going to reject you, you're going to put out energy to her that she's going to reject you, and she's going to mirror that back at you and reject you. See what I mean? Because your body language and how you approach yourself, how you show up, is you're going to present um, an energy of rejection. So you'll come out there, you'll be timid, you'll be unsure of yourself, you might stutter, you might even be quick to walk away and run away and leave because you want to reject yourself before she has a chance to reject you, right? So there's many ways that our mindset creates the realities that we then complain about later on and say, why does this keep happening to me? Well, because you believe this thing to be true, and you believe it so much that you actually act out behaviors that create that reality. Now, in extreme sense, as Eastern culture would tell you to blame everything that happens to you on you because you are putting that out. I know some Western parts talk about law of attraction. Look, whatever you believe or not, just understand that your belief systems have a huge role in your results in life. Now, it doesn't mean you're a bad person. It doesn't mean you're jacked up. Because I'd even argue that it's not just your belief systems that cause you to struggle in life. I do think they are the motivation behind all your actions, but I do believe stuff like a lack of discipline. You know what? Nah, I'm gonna go with belief systems because I've seen people, including myself, be very disciplined, and then when we don't get certain results, because maybe because we're too impatient, or maybe we didn't get the results we wanted to get, we will lose that discipline because we took on a belief system that there's no value in discipline. You see, so yes, at the end of the day, I'll just say, yeah, your belief systems literally are what holds you back or what leads you forward. So yeah, I would say focus on your belief systems. I notice that more and more people are getting awareness of the importance of what they believe to be true. So guard your mind, guard your emotions, guard your circle. Make sure that the realm of influences that you have in your life are influences that not just uplift you, but allow you to be honest with yourself. The greatness about honesty, the greatness about truth is, well, what better way to say it, I guess? The great thing about honesty and truth is it leads to the path of understanding. If I'm honest with myself, I can understand myself. And if I seek the truth, I gain understanding of my environment. When you avoid honesty, when you avoid the truth, you live in the realm of ignorance. And if you want to be ignorant, hey, ignorance is bliss. But it's also very costly. And it's also very dangerous. Truth and honesty is a burden because it stops you from averting your eyes. And if you truly walk that path, it stops you from staying quiet. It is natural. It's a natural part of the human psyche to avoid discomfort, to avoid pain. And the truth hurts. So if you adopt the path of the truth, you are going to cause people pain. You'll cause yourself pain. You cause other people pain as well. It takes a certain amount of courage and resilience to walk that path. So if you choose to walk the path of truth and honesty, I salute you and I welcome you. So that's all I got for today. Like I said, guard your circle and guard your mind, which is, the most important thing that you use to make the decisions that you make. All right. I'll talk to you some other time. Peace and blessings.